Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Cebisa and I do educational and lifestyle content to all my returning subbies. Hello my darlings, I hope you're doing well. I'm back with part 2 of interview questions and answers. Today I will be discussing e-project coordination, quality within projects, and how to manage your contracts. Let's get into it. So now, for example, they will ask you, how do you provide a coordination function in managing your team effectively? So the answer that you need to give is you will ensure that you develop a team spirit amongst the team members. So which means supporting your team, coordinating your team together, creating oneness within the team members, not disputing the teams. And the other one, then you can say that you will negotiate assignment of team members in a metric basis. So which means assignment of the task given within the project, you will negotiate with the team. It's not something that you just decide as a project manager or as an employee assigned for the work. You just decide this one is going to do that. No, you negotiate with the team members, as well as conducting regular project meeting with the teams, so that you get to be together, man. You get to discuss things face to face. And the last thing that you can say is that resolving disputes and conflicts among team members. There is nothing that is so bad when a leader does not resolve conflicts and dispute within team members, because nobody will trust you. Like, people won't know that, oh, kahle kahle, are you left or right? What kahle kahle ke go dira kang ka wena? Yabo? So now you need to be that leader that can be able to make things clear with your team. And then now, in terms of managing your health and safety within your project environment, is to ensure that you implement occupational health and safety within your constructing site. That is your OSH Act, so that you ensure that things are done as per the OSH Act. The other thing is to adhere to all the statutory requirements. What is it that is required in terms of your substation? Do you require EIA? Do you require water license? Are you going to maybe require way leaves? So you adhere to those requirements so that your project can move smoothly, because there are things that if then the EIA, you don't have any approval in terms of your EIA, nothing will happen on that side. You don't have water use, you don't have constructing permit, so which means you won't be able to conduct any work. So you have to adhere to those statutory requirements. The other one is to ensure that you carry out risk assessment within your project. How do you carry out a risk assessment? Firstly, you need to identify the risk that you foresee happening on this project. When you have identified them, you will be put the mitigation actions in place. How are you planning to mitigate this risk? And then you can be able to carry out risk assessment audits. And then as well, you can learn from other projects, previous projects. What risk did you incur on previous projects that you can add on this project, so that they can add value to your project? The other thing that you can say is conducting effective control management and follow up on incidents. You know, when you're managing projects, incidents do happen. We don't plan for it, but they do happen. But then do you have a follow-up plan, effective control management, that when an incident happen, it gets followed up, it gets discussed, and have a close out on that incident, so that you can be able to learn from it. The other thing is to advising and evaluating e-contractors on compliance on approved safety plan. So any substation, any place of work, any construction work, it will have a safety plan. So what you want to ensure that the contractors that you have awarded your contract, that you have appointed, they adhere to that safety plan that has been drawn by your company, that has been drawn by the consultants that are assisting you on this project, as well as assuring that compliance of the project environmental approval conditions. So e-compliant again, e-compliant of the project environmental approval conditions is the EIA that I was talking about, that the environment that you are working for, is it in compliance, and then providing assurance that a project safety file is compliant, because you cannot have a contractor that comes on your sites and they are not compliant. They're not complying to what you want for your substation, for your place of work, right? And then let's go to project contract management. In project contract management, we have to make certain that contracts are managed in a way that is fair to both the contractor and the company. That is a fair way of doing it. You don't want to be robbed and you don't want to rob other people. So contracts then are there that we ensure that there is fairness, because we had agreed upon terms and conditions for that specific contract. As well as when you have to monitor your project contract, is monitoring performance and identifying any areas of concerns that needs to be resolved. For example, when you award a contract to a specific contractor, you might find that there are things that they will find on site that they were not part of the contract. So you need to identify those things and resolve them. We resolve them in terms of early warning. Then you early warning is when now you warn, each party will warn Uguti. We see this thing might temper to your time, might temper to the quality of the project, might temper to the cost of the project. Then you will warn each other. If an employee says it, okay, this is what I see, this is what is going to be a problem. If a contractor says it, and then we warn each other, as well as actively measuring progress against the contractor's performance. We cannot have money that is just being spent, we're paying the contractor, but we do not see the progress. So we have to actively measure progress against the contractor's performance. So because on the previous, or on part one, I did mention that before any contractor is paid or a consultant, we will send out a quantity surveyor to measure as to whatever that the contractor is claiming, is it exactly what it is, and we ensure that we check the claims of the contractor before we can process any payment. The other one is to ensuring adherence to the contract conditions and timelines. Yes, the contract conditions, we have to adhere to them, and timeline, we can't go beyond. If the contract says it's for 3 years and is ending, by the day of ending, the contractor needs to end. If we need to extend, there's conditions. You need to extend 6 months before, according to your company's conditions. Then in contract conditions, you follow that. We don't just go as we please. Okay, we're fine. No, we have conditions and we have timelines. And the other thing is issuing contract instructions in accordance with the conditions of contract. Yes, what I was mentioning, that if you see anything, you notify the employee. Or go to you saying this was not part of the plan, or this is going to, you need to add a cost to it because it was not part of the plan. So we warn each other, we give early warning so that we can have those compensation events and pay people properly. So those are the 3 questions that I wanted to discuss today. I hope you did learn something. If you have any questions that you want to ask further, kindly comment on the comment section and ask anything. I will gladly answer all those questions that I'm able to. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.